Whoa, an alien parasite from Fortnite Battle Royale in creative mode? Does it work, though? It does work! I can run faster, I can jump higher, it lets me know that I've obtained an alien parasite, and my health goes down to 65! Hey everybody, it's Gravy Man, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make an alien parasite from Fortnite Battle Royale in creative mode, just like the one I've just shown you. So, this is what it looks like with all the devices. You're going to need 5 devices: the Hud Message Device, the Explosive Device, the Health Power-Up Device, the Class Designer Device, and last but not least, the Class Selector Device. So, first things first, let's start by making this, like the actual look of the alien parasite. This green ball with the gray vines around it. So, the first thing that I did was come over to, well, I placed the primitive shapes gallery down. And then I grabbed this ball, this green ball, and I put it like right about there on the ground, and I turned it apple green right here. And then the next thing I did was turn on grid snap so that I can grab this half circle, and then I wanted to rotate it. And the reason I turned on grid snap was so that I could perfectly rotate it like this. And then I changed the color to gray, and I made it a tiny bit bigger and placed it right here under the green ball, like that. And then the next thing I did was grabbed this right here, and I once again turned it gray, and then I rotated it on the pitch axis a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, and then I put it like this, so it comes out of the gray, and then the point goes into the ground, like this, and I placed 4 of these all around it, just like that. And then the next thing I did was I wanted to add little corners on here, but I didn't want them to be the corners from the actual piece, because I wanted to make it look like it was bending around its environment. So I grabbed this piece right here, I rotated it up like this on the pitch axis, and then I sized the width up a little bit, and the depth down all the way. And once again, I turned it gray. And then I put it at the edge of each of these pieces. And by the way, if you're ever having the glitch where you're trying to put primitive shapes together, or something next to a primitive shape, and you can't see where it's going because it thinks you're trying to customize it, then you just back up a little bit and move this forward, and there you go. Now you can see where it's going. So, yeah, we're gonna continue by placing these, and we kind of want to make it look like it's bending a little bit so that they're not perfectly straight. Why isn't this working? Oh, it's tilted. I'm gonna try. I want to make it as flat as possible, by the way. I'm even going to replace the first one because this one's less tilted. And put it there, and there we go. You can even polish it up a little bit more like mine, and maybe even you could take this piece and make it smaller instead of using the piece that I used at the edge, but I like the piece that I used. But this might be a little bit easier because you don't need to resize it as much. Now we'll move on to device placement. So, the Hud Message Device and Class Designer can go wherever you want, but the Explosive Device is going to need to go right next to the alien parasite. Next, we need to grab the health power, and we're just going to put this, like, as much as possible, right on top of the alien parasite. So, there we go. Just like that, and then we...
Sorry guys, I'm really not sure why it was lagging like this, but I'm just saying to grab the class selector.
Line it up with the parasite, move it down some, and dang it, my FOV changed and it moved it. There, and we want it to go up to about the same height as the health power-up. So this is a good height, and now we just need to move it a tiny bit to the left. The reason we want it to be the same height as the health power-up, there we go, that's perfect placement, is because if it wasn't, they could just hop right over and steal the class selector, which is making you faster and makes you jump higher. If they hit the health power-up device, then they'll automatically set off the rest of the devices, the HUD device, the explosive device. So, yes, that's why it's important that it's around the same height. Now we'll move into some settings of these parasites. So first, we'll do the health power-up, and you can see what I changed here. The effect is a flat decrease, effect magnitude 1, effect duration 10 seconds, I'll explain why later, time to respawn never, because we don't want it to respawn. Who can see this power-up? None. One item picked up, transmit on channel 1 or whatever channel you want, it just needs to line up with the other channels. So, any channel that I change, you can change to whatever channel you want, as long as it's the same channel throughout the whole system. So now we'll move on to the explosive device, which I've changed a whole lot. So, let's get right in. Health needs to be indestructible. Blast radius needs to be at 0.5. Player damage 0. Structure damage, it can be any structure damage, but if you're putting a parasite inside of a building, you probably want it to be 5 so that it doesn't break the building around it, but it does break the parasite. I'm setting mine to 5,000, just for fun. Knockback off. Visible during game, no. Collision during game, off. Collides with weapons only. This I don't think matters because collision's off. Show health bar, no. Hide HUD icon at 2 meters. Requires line of sight, no. Player audio, no. Explode when receiving from channel 1, or the same channel that the health power-up transmits on. And then we'll move on to the HUD Message Device. So, since you can't have a parasite show up on the person's head, instead, I show a message that says you've obtained an alien parasite. So, message recipient, triggering player, time from round start, off, display time, permanent. You don't need to make this permanent, but I made it permanent just so that the people remember that they have the parasite on. Text style, bold blue. You can also change this one. I just thought bold blue fit really nicely. Placement center right. I thought center right was out of the way enough so that it's not really in your face, but again, you can change that. And then show and receiving from channel 1, or the same channel that the health device transmits on. And now the class designer device. Not that many changes here. Class identifier 1, or if you have other classes in your map, then you can choose whatever class identifier you want, as long as it matches with the class selector's identifier. Max health 75. I'll explain that in a second. Movement multiplier 1.5, gravity low, and jump fatigue off. So the reason I have the health set to 75 and the tick effect duration to 10 on this is because that'll put you at 65 health, which is the closest that I could get to 60. And then at the same time, you wouldn't be able to heal past 75, which is the closest I could get to 60. Well, I guess technically 50 is closer, but then you could just flat, like, instantly decrease to 50. It's below 60. I just didn't really like that. I want it to be set to 65, max health of 75. So that's why I selected those two settings there. Now, the last device is the class selector. Class to switch to, whatever the class you have on here. And then, time to switch, instant, restore health and shields on switch, no. Volume visible in-game off, and visible in-game off. That's all the device settings. So then, here's what you would have to do if you were going to have multiple alien parasites. So I would leave the same class designer, always. And we're gonna need a second HUD message, and we'll set it to channel 2 or any other channel. And then we'll take this that receives from channel 2 over here, then make this transmit on channel 2, and this explode from channel 2, or you just need to make sure that they're all the same channel that's different from these channels. And then you can just make as many of those as you want and keep changing all of the channels, and you can have multiple alien parasites. So if I go into game, then you can see that I walk around normally and jump normally, but I obtain an alien parasite. I can walk faster and jump faster. Nope. Jump higher. And then you can... So, the problem with having multiple is that it will start damaging you again. What happened with the explosive device here? Oh, okay, wait, this was set to channel 3 instead of channel 2, makes sense, and then this... Okay, now if I go into start game... I walk over to this parasite, and boom, there we go. Now it works. Alright, now I have 2 parasites, yay! Oh wow, I got myself to 60 health when I picked up both of them, I guess because I waited 5 seconds and then took another one, and now I'm at 60. Well, that's perfect. Hopefully you guys like that I changed my back bling. I'm no longer, I no longer have the sword with the burger on it. I now have a trophy with a pug, because pugs are my favorite animals. Like, look at that cute little guy. And I get that it's Booga's back bling, so that's a little bit weird that I'm wearing another, like, content creator's back bling. But it's just too cute, and I love pugs so much that it's my back bling now. I'll probably alternate between the 2 back blings, actually. But yeah, it's probably not too major. I doubt any of you noticed anyway, because I notice my main back bling, but you probably don't. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully, you guys can successfully build this in your maps. And I hope this all works out for you. If you like the build, then can you please subscribe to my channel? Because you can always, like, unsubscribe later if you see something that I make that you don't like. You can just hit the subscribe button again, and it'll unsubscribe you. And also, if you're buying any of the new skins, or this new Booga back bling and skin, or the LeBron James stuff even, then could you do me a favor and use code GRAVY-MAN, it's on your screen right now. A lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. They think writing out the word dash, or they don't know what a dash is, and then I say, like, hyphen, and they also don't know what hyphen is. So just look at what's on your screen right now. There's a thing in the description, even. Subscribe to my second channel, Gravy Arts, to see some drawings of mine. There's a channel that I am working on with my friends. We're going to make an animated show, about some ninja. There's no content on the channel yet, but there's a link in the description to that, too. Sorry this outro is taking so long. I just gotta end it right here. Thanks you all for watching. Thanks so much for watching this far. I should jump up with a catchphrase, and I'll see you all next time. See ya!